Hi and welcome back to Live and Breeze Horses. So today we're carrying on our conversation about lightness and we're going to talk about approach and awareness. So I believe we can always practice and always get better. And as they say, perfect practice makes perfect, not just practice. So the more we can practice our lightness, the more chance we have of that happening when we're sitting on our horse with the reins, you know. Every interaction with the horse matters. Every tiny detail matters to the horse. So we have lots of chances to practice on the ground, and all that does definitely carry over to when we are on our horse. So even the way we are coming up to approach our horse, to take a moment before we do that, either when we get out the car or before we go to the stable or the field, to ground ourselves, take a breath, be present, be in the moment and not be cluttered and busy in our mind and in our emotions and our plans and all that stuff that is not conducive to lightness, because it's too much for the horse, you know. So that's a good start. And then our intention as we are going to our horse, every when we just put the head collar on, when we take our lead rope, when we're putting the tack on, brushing, everything, how light can we make those touches and those interactions between us and the horse, to always notice that, and notice that when we go in, even if we think, God, this horse always pulls me around, and you go to take a hold of it firm, ready for him to pull, of course you're creating that almost before it happens, or you're definitely helping that, you know, be more confirmed as a behaviour. So if we go to take our horse in whatever way it is, whatever touch, like I said, through our hand, through the rope, through whatever, believing he's going to be super light, you know, really feeling how would we like that to be, that he just is so light, he picks up our intention, or the slightest touch. You know, of course, they feel a fly on top of their hair, so, and they notice things happening, you know, before we ever notice. You know, the other day, there was a whole flock of bees. Was it not a flock of bees? What are they called? Anyway, bees. And, you know, the horses were alert to that and noticed that happening long before I did. So they're very aware of everything, and what they do to get through with us clumsy humans is just to shut down, and of course that is not conducive to lightness. So the more we are aware of everything we do, every touch, every interaction, and approaching and taking a hold of our rope, our reins, our whatever, with the absolute belief that the horse is going to respond with super lightness. And of course, if he doesn't, we just scale that up. We do a bit more and a bit more and a bit more until he does respond. And in that, the importance when we do have to be firm is not to get hard, and to do that for a tiny moment and get out of there again, you know. And that's how that's one of the ways in which we are creating the lightness. You know, it always matters, every little thing we do. So to just be really aware, you know, when we're approaching our horse, and have an awareness all the time when we're around our horse, what we're expecting, what we're creating, what our horse is giving and offering us, you know, to always be aware of the horse's expression and what's going on for them. And, you know, make sure we've got their attention before we're asking for anything. Just be really aware, paying attention. And then that lightness is going to carry over for sure to when we get on, you know. And in all that, apart from a good preparation and practice to be more light, we're also practicing and creating a deeper connection and understanding with our horse, and a trust in our horse, you know. When we notice each little thing that's going on for our horse, that really builds a lot of trust. And is lightness not also about trust, for the horse to really give himself over and be light and dancing and energetic and soft as well as light, you know, not necessarily the same thing, but to be both I think he has to trust us, and we have to trust ourselves that we are capable of achieving that and not be scared to try. You know, always remembering to come back to that initial thing we said at the beginning, to try and make it as light as we can, and approaching, believing that he will be, he or she, of course. So thank you very much for joining me today. I hope that's helpful. I'd love to hear your comments, and perhaps that's something to think about and carry through to all other things in life as well. So keep on tuning into the light, and I look forward to see you next time.